Thank you everyone for joining us in this panel today. As you know, the panel is named Youth and Politics, What Difference Can They Make? I'd want to take your opening remarks as to, can youth really make change in today's politics, or you need to fall back on the mainstream politics where you have a godfather, you go through the time, and only then after 2 decades, 3 decades, you come to the mainstream politics. Is India ready today to have a youth young leader? Opening remarks, Dr. Chintha Jerome.
Good evening, everyone. Politics and youth have a very problematic and very difficult relationship. That is, in some point of view, we can say that young people, they are disengagers in politics. But at some point of view, they are the leaders of some significant mass movements and political movements. Actually, it's very difficult, it's a very complex term. Youth, the word youth itself is a complex term. A young man at the age of 20 can be old, and a man at 90 years can act as a young leader. So it's a very complex term. I think it's not the age matters. Young age or youthfulness, it's a mental status. But in the history, we can see many of the significant movements were led by young people. Jesus Christ, his public life was from age 30 to 33. He done all the revolutionary things during his young age. And Karl Marx and Engels wrote Communist Manifesto. At the time, Marx was 30 and Engels was 28. Che Guevara led Cuban Revolution along with Fidel at the age of 30s. Mahatma Gandhi, Tagore, Swami Vivekananda, Ambedkar, all of them came to social sphere during their young age. Not only political leaders, we know that the famous romantic poets, Keats, Shelley, all of them died before the age of 30. So their poems, the Ode to the Nightingale, Ode to the West Wind, all wrote at the age of 20s. So youth is very significant. We have to utilize the power, the energy, the creativity of the youth. Actually, what is politics? Politics, I think politics is the art of changing impossible things of today to the possible things of tomorrow. So I can firmly say that youth can do that. Youth can change impossible things of today. They can embrace change. They can do a lot of creative things, lot of new ideas are there, but now, as you commented, that it's very difficult for a normal young leader to achieve some positions or some decision, to grow up to a decision-making position. So there must come some change. Everyone should be strong enough to make changes, and if winter comes, can spring be far behind? So we thought for a very glorious future where India is guided and led by young people, young brains and fresh blood.
I'd like Rahul to come in right now. Do you have to be in mainstream politics in the society to bring in change as youth, or an individual is good enough to bring in changes?
Good evening. It's a great privilege to be in India Today Conclave. Last time I was invited was 4 years ago, but I was arrested and was in jail for 2-3 weeks regarding Shabarimala protests. So my wife, Deepa Rahul Easwar, participated. Even from that time, I always told Deepa that I was jealous of you because I couldn't participate. So this is a great honor for me coming here and taking that question ahead. Absolutely, I feel, there is no need for any godfather. There is no need for any other special mechanism. We can be change makers and we can definitely fight it on streets, social media. Youth can use YouTube. One of the moments that I had the great privilege to participate was the Shabarimala movement, where perhaps first time in the history of independent India, there was a 4-1 particular verdict against the temple and the belief system. No political party supported us. Rather, every political party was on the opposite side in the beginning. But normal devotees, ordinary people, youngsters, especially female leaders, backward communities, we all came together and we could perhaps change the first verdict by the power of the street, by the power of the people. The 4-1 verdict, which everyone thought was nothing but a Himalayan task to be overturned, we could do that because of our agitations, even though the verdict is not, final verdict is not out. Supreme Court has referred it to a higher member bench. But in effect, we know that victory will be ours, and it is very similar to the Jallikattu movement that happened in Tamil Nadu. So it need not be politics, it can be social activism, it can be YouTube activism, it can be digital media. So yes, youth can be change makers. You have to make yourself heard. You have to raise your point. You have to raise your position. And this is the best time because you get a lot of spaces in the media. I was privileged. I'm a huge admirer of Rajiv Sarvai sir. I had a great privilege to be in his shows. National media supports you. Regional media supports you. So I don't come from any political background, but I get a lot of space as an activist. So yes, you can make meaningful interventions and you can really change the landscape because there is more of a democratization of the entire media space. There is democratization of social intervention space. You need not come from a family. You need not come from a party. You need not be from the rich background. So irrespective of anything, this is the right time. If there are youngsters, we should definitely intervene. And as Swami Chinmayanta rightly said, youth are not useless, but they are useless. So it is also incumbent upon seniors like you to channelize their energy in a positive way, mentor them as social change agents. Somebody will be turned off by the word politics. They can use the word activism. They can use the word change makers, social intervention, cultural intervention. And this is possible. Whether I am a right conservative Hindu activist, Chintha will be a left liberal, Thahiliya may be a secular Muslim community activist. So, but we all have our own spaces. So this is the right time across the spectrum, whether you belong to right or left. This is the right time and perhaps the best time for every youngster to intervene in the nation building process.
Fatima, how do you shake the whole system, right? You were outspoken in the last few years about the whole hierarchy, about the whole party politics. How difficult is it for a young politician to survive in this whole age-old system of parties having proper hierarchies, like dynastic politics? What's your take on that?
Hello and good evening to everyone here. First of all, I would like to thank the India Today for giving a space to speak on our ideas, aspirations and dreams of the youth of our country. Normally, we can see numerous promises, concerns, which goes on fading after the election happens. In manifesto, you will see numerous promises, but when a party come into existence or when they come into power, all these things it will diminish. So it's a huge platform for such a important discussion which will affect the future of our country. See, your question is so relevant. Like coming from a marginalized society and being involved in this policy making and all those stuffs, it is a tough journey. It was a tough journey. But I should say the energy which I possess or the dreams and aspirations which every girl in this country possesses will take you forward. I'm sure like we have the freedom fighters like Sarojini Naidu and the Prime Minister of India, Srimati Indira Gandhi, all those personalities have the inborn fire, like living in a country with such a diversified culture, with a fantastic vibe, will definitely bring you forward. And it is the major thing which is keeping you live in the situation, which is making you speak up whenever your rights are hurdled. And the thing which is very much concerned about the youth of our country now is they are being hesitated or they are being marginalized in some sort of way when coming into the policy making or in the, their appearance in the political parties. The main reason for these things is there is experienced personalities here, and the fresh mind or the fresh thoughts of these persons are not being heard. We need place where these things are to be heard or where we can say such stuffs. We have to bring our ideas into the table. Then only the people will know these stuffs are here and these are new innovative ideas. So a major drastic change is a great expectation for our country. And from where it will start, it is an important question. When asking about the dreams and aspirations of our generation or the youngest generation, it is multifaceted and diverse one. I cannot pinpoint and say this is the area or this is the area. But I'm sure when speaking about their aspiration, the fundamental thing is the education system of our country. Are we happy? Are the younger generation of our country happy with the educational system running in our country? I don't think so. We can see number of students being migrated to Western countries now for their education and for their jobs. Why is this happening? The reason is we cannot give them qualified education or skill training now. So the expectations of a younger generation of a country is they need better access to the quality education. They are seeking for robust education which promotes their innovation, creativity, critical thinking, and they are being considered, the atmosphere where they are being considered. So I believe struggling from an area where my voice are not heard, but an inner fire, it will definitely, it should take you forward, and that is the message which you have to give to the younger generation.
So it's the inner fire that drives youngsters forward. Rahul's come with books, file, pen. Rahul, this is not a competitive exam. You can relax, it's a conversation. He's making points every second.
He came for a debate.
All the three of you are from Kerala. The recent controversy on youngsters was the Kerala Story movie. What's your take on it? As youngsters, do you have to look at this subjectively, objectively, or do you have to keep fact-checking on every step that you take in politics? Because you have access to tech, you have access to information. How do you fight this fake news information as well? And if you have a movie like Kerala Story, few people on the other side are saying this is false, while few are saying even one case makes a story. What do you have to say?
Actually, it's a fake story, no? Everybody knows that very well. We all know what's the real Kerala story is. Kerala, the smallest state in the southern part, it stands as a model. It is not competing with the other states of the nation. It's competing with the developing countries. In the COVID pandemic period, during the floods, the plane crash happened in Karipur. All those natural calamities and national emergencies, the youth and the people of Kerala, they came here, they proactively done their job. They are very much secular. This secularism and love, that is the main symbol of our state. But what we are seeing in that story, the term, the name, it is itself a serious issue. At first time, they are saying that there are more than 20,000 people, 20,000 girls had this issue. But later when the discussions rose, they said, it's a mistake, we will change it. But finally, in the theater, it is played and showed that the same thing. That is more than 20,000 women. They affected this issue. That's what they are saying. This is not the real Kerala story. And the unfortunate thing is that the PM of the country is advocating this film. That's a great and a new thing happened to a secular state. That the PM of the nation advocating this film, and he says that this is Kerala. He is addressing a public meeting in Karnataka and speaking to the Karnataka voters and says that, look at Kerala. The film Kerala story is against terrorism. That's the real situation of Kerala. In the past, he compared Kerala with Somalia. And the Honorable Amit Shah, he says that, look at Kerala. What's the story in Kerala? And in Karnataka elections, PM and other union ministers, they are blaming Kerala. They are attacking Kerala. And they are not identifying the growth of Kerala. They are doing a lot of things to make Kerala, they are doing a lot of things to demolish the success of Kerala, our Kerala model. So the Kerala story is, there is a very pre-planned agenda. That agenda is to destroy the secularism in Kerala, to make hatred in Kerala. The two words that is seriously discussing in the nation is intolerance and dissent.
Rahul.
So, 1 minute. So, intolerance and dissent is strongly advocating in our nation, and that is clearly picturized in this film. So, this film is against a community. They are creating the other. The other means one religion. They are using the dress code of that religion. They are using the name of that religion, and they are trying to advocate hatred, and they are creating the other among the Keralites, which that is not our history, that's not our culture. Our culture is a secular thing, so that is a post-truth film.
Are we following the age-old tradition, or as youngsters, do we have to not talk of communalism, only on development? What's your take? Because she also spoke about the Prime Minister and the Home Minister trying to create intolerance here.
Two submissions. One, I don't belong to any political party, and I have the highest of respect to Chintha ji. You know, she's a very vibrant young leader. But let me do a quick fact check. Our PM Narendra Modi ji rightly pointed out that the infant mortality in a tribal space called Attapadi is similar to Somalia. This is not comparing Somalia to Kerala. This is only pointing out a fact which Comrade Sri V.S. Achyutanandan, one of the most respected left leaders or communist leaders, the senior most, also said 2 years back. So, you know, it is very unfortunate when we brand everything for the sake of politics. So, that's only a fact check from my side. I respectfully differ with her. Second, Kerala story, we all know that 3 incidents really happened. Their names are Nimisha Fatima, Sonia Sebastian, Mariam, and we all know them personally. People like Jimon Jacob ji have interacted with her mother, Bindu, who is the mother of Nimisha Fatima, who is represented as Shalini. But yes, the number 32,000 is inflated, exaggerated. That is not right. So the unfortunate thing in Kerala is when you are left and right, nobody can have a centrist space. The left will always say the entire film is wrong. The right will always say, irrespective that the 32,000, they will cover up the whole thing. The truth is, 3 is right, but 32,000 is wrong. And according to our own statistics, our own CM, Comrade Sri Pinarayi Vijayan ji, says 109 people went from Kerala to join ISIS. 72 was outside the state or outside India, and 28 was from Kerala. Nearly 155 people were arrested by the Indian government across India who were ISIS sympathizers. 66 were the ISIS Indian origin fighters for ISIS according to 2021 December US Home Department statistics. Yes, we do have a problem, but the problem is not a mountain. Maybe we do have a problem of radicalism, of especially if we can be very forthright, Islamist radicalism, but we need to be fighting Islamist radicalism without Islamophobia. Unfortunately, you know, many people in my spectrum, I'm a right-winger, right-wing spectrum exaggerate these things. They exaggerate to such an extent that many people will find, you know, they can easily puncture the holes. So 32,000 is inflated, but 3 is a reality. Not only 3, nearly 100 plus is a reality. I believe we have to see in a balanced way. And just one more thing. This is the real Kerala story I would like to present to you. This is not from a politician. This is not from a media person, not from an activist. This is a book by DGP C.B. Matthews. He was one of the topmost Kerala police officers. This is his doctorate thesis published by DC Books, one of the most respected book publishers. This is Mahatma Gandhi University doctorate thesis, where C.B. Matthews says, Kerala, even though has achieved so many greats and so many things, we are one of the highest in the number of suicides, proportion of suicides, alcoholism, family breakdowns, and many other similar studies point out Kerala suicide, family breakdown, alcoholism, geriatric issues, fertility rates, these are all going to be serious issues. Kerala's fertility rate is somewhere around 1.6 or 1.8, way below 2.1, which is the fertility replacement level fertility rate. Our Muslim brothers have 2.6 is their fertility rate. Our Christian brother is having 1.6 and Hindu community is only having 1.2. This is not the issue of Muslim community, but yes, inside Hindu community there is a population implosion happening. And let me tell you something that you will feel that I am joking right now, but in 10 years is going to become a reality. If you are going to have a 2033 India Today South India Conclave, if Kerala is the focus, the issue is going to be underpopulation. Right now, around the world, we have spoken about overpopulation for 50 years. In the next 10 years, Kerala is going to face huge amount of underpopulation, which the BBC rightly flagged. BBC came to Kerala, did a very in-depth research of a space near Pathanamthitta, where population implosion has already happened. So there is a serious issue of suicide, family breakdown, alcoholism, fertility rate and all. But I totally concede with Chintha and maybe Fathima too, that Islamophobia is not the way ahead. We need more inclusion. And my last statement is, I don't believe in secularism, because Mahatma Gandhi was never secular. Mahatma Gandhi was a pluralist. Mahatma Gandhi was a harmony builder. There is a difference between Nehruvian secularism and Gandhian pluralism. And as devotees of Shabarimala Ayyappa, we ritualistically go to a holy Islamic mosque and a Christian church, Vavar Mosque and Velutha Church, before going to Shabarimala. That is our inherent tradition. So pluralism is in our blood. I disagree with secularism. Kerala story also has issues, let us not forget. I mean, the real
But
Kerala
it's one of the normative principle of our constitution. So you are not for secularism,
added
you are
later by Indira
against
Gandhi.
constitution.
It was added later by Indira Gandhi. It was not there in original.
Time out. We have had chief ministers since morning and many politicians. Not once have they spoken Hindu, Muslim, left, right, center. And we have 3 youth leaders, and all of a sudden we are talking about this. Fatima, for question to you. The priorities here, what I'm told is, after your higher education in Kerala, many are migrating to the Gulf, to the Europe and to US as well, to foreign countries. Why is it happening? Are youth not finding the right space to be here in the mainstream in the state? Or is it better opportunities back in foreign countries? What is making them to migrate from Kerala?
See, let me ask you, you don't have any question regarding the Kerala story towards me? I'm a living Muslim from the south.
Apologies, go for it.
Obviously, you have to ask on that. See, I wish to know your opinion about the Muslim girls in South, particularly in Kerala. Are they that stupid enough to say, if someone come and say, hey, I love you, okay, ready, we'll go and change the religion, then we'll get recruited to ISIS. Are these girls that much stupid? Do you think, what is your, I don't know what you people in North think about us. It is totally false. It is wrong.
You're saying not even one case is there? Not even one case?
You cannot. I was wondering why Rahul Easwar is pointing when we ask, when all the political parties except the BJP in Kerala asked, can you point any 1 case, 2 case, 3 case? There were no cases. What is love jihad first? You have to explain me what is love jihad. There is no forceful conversion of religion in Kerala. There is no forceful. The examples which he quoted is not a forceful one. Not at all a forceful one. Then the Kerala story, which I had watched its premiere, the ad. And in that, you can see the hijab wearing girls are like so stubborn. No, it is wrong. We know to smile. We know to laugh. We have the caring nature. We love the nation. We care our nation. And we have all sort of diversified belief. We have the inclusion nature. We absorb the Hindu, we go to them when we have Onam. We have Vishu. We go to church when they have the festive season. So the
Can I just
thing
say-
which is captured, I'm
I
sorry,
totally agree,
one
but
minute,
why
Rahul
is
Easwar.
Nimisha Fatima in Afghan jail?
See,
I mean, let us accept the reality too. There are some
No.
examples, not 32,000, but some realities are there, right?
There
No,
are some
Rahul,
realities. The
no, I
real
want to.
blame is to Amit Shah. He is the Home Minister. They have to take care of that. If there
See-
are one or two cases.
See, one
but
question
it's not
to
the
Rahul
Kerala
Easwar.
story. It's
When
not
before
the real
2014.
Kerala thing.
She went before 2014. I mean, on a lighter note.
Anyway, the central is the responsible, not the state government. And how can you name it with a state? Kerala story.
Extremists are responsible, not center or state. Extremists and radicals are
Only
responsible.
two or
See,
three
now-
cases. Why are you saying this 20,000, 30,000 cases?
No, Rahul, what about the High Court of Kerala? What about the Parliament of India? They said there is no story, there is no love jihad in the country. It is there in the evidence. They said it, and even the NIA, investigation agency, they said no love jihad in Kerala. So, is these
I
things...
would never use a holy
No, no,
word
no.
like jihad,
See-
to any other negative things, but forced conversions are a reality. Even Mahatma Gandhi's son Harilal was forcefully converted to Harilal Abdullah Gandhi and he came back. I'm speaking about the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi's son.
No, when
So
you-
let us not close our eyes towards some realities, even though it should not be exaggerated. I concede that.
See, this is wondering. Like Rahul Easwar speaks like this, so childish. See this. When you said some examples, and we have the NIA, High Court of Kerala, Parliament of India here, and they say there is no love jihad. You are speaking about the Kerala story. The Kerala story is purely based on the love jihad issue, which is just a fake story, which is not a Kerala story. So that is my point. You cannot just elaborate and say some fake stories and put all those things to make it true. And picking your next question, which is, I'm sorry, can you just repeat it?
About why the youth of Kerala are migrating to the Gulf and the Europe.
See, the reason which I believe is they cannot find a quality education in India. They cannot find a quality life. They are not getting a quality life in India. When comparing to the Western countries, just imagine the situation of a middle class society in a Western country. And imagine a middle class family in our country. How much difference is there? So the benchmark of the young generation of our country is the quality life of a person living in a Western country. So they are getting access to quality education. Just imagine the education system in our country. The whole entire world is changing. We know the artificial intelligence, the possibilities it brings into the society. We are not still adapted to these kinds of educational system here. One of the reasons. The second one which I wish is the privacy. There is no privacy the young generation in our country is giving more importance to their privacy. So when you go somewhere else outside your country, there your privacy is getting respected. Numerous, it is like diversified. I cannot pinpoint and say this reason. There are numerous reasons.
Dr. Jerome, you are from the CPIM as well. You are the state committee member as well. Do youth, the agenda of youth and the priorities of youth are discussed in mainstream politics also? Do you think they have the interest and agenda to bring in some change for the youth?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the destiny of the nation lies in the youth. So, all the political parties is now addressing the aspirations and dreams of the youth, and they are now planning new programs and ideas for attracting youth to the politics, to social activism, and also the main thing is that the same question you asked to Fatima, I want to say one idea that is in Kerala, now the government is proposing a new Kerala, and that new Kerala should be a knowledge economy. A knowledge economy is going to establish in our state that the migration of youth should be controlled. Why the youth is migrating? Because they are not getting enough opportunities in our state. They are not getting enough opportunities in our country. Our country is not able to fulfill their dreams, their aspirations, their thoughts, their imaginations. So, a knowledge economy and a knowledge society is to be built up. That's the main idea of Kerala government. We have different missions, as you all know. One is Life Mission. Life Mission is for providing house to all the people. We are trying to abolish poverty from our state and giving household to all the people. That is Life Mission. The second one is Ardra Mission. That is for the health sector, for developing the government hospitals, infrastructure and all. That is Ardra Mission. And the third one is Podu Vidyabhyasa Yajnam. That is for educational sector, for government schools, better infrastructure, better primary and secondary education. And the fourth mission is this knowledge economy building. The Kerala will be becoming a knowledge society. The youth will be here. Now we know that this is the era of artificial intelligence. There is diverse opportunities among our youth. So our government and the left party, they are planning new ideas and new opportunities for the youth. That's what we have.
Final comments, we are out of time, so last 10 seconds.
Two things. One, Chintha was leading the Kerala Youth Commission. That's a brilliant idea. I believe R.V. Rajesh from Congress was there, Chintha was there. On national level, we can have a national youth commission. Second, Kerala is perhaps the best known for pluralism. Swami Vivekananda spoke about India in Chicago, but in essence it was about India because the Jews, Christian, Muslim community were all first came to Kerala, and we are proud of that legacy. But there are some issues that Kerala is facing. For example, drugs. After Punjab, we are facing a serious drug menace which every party is joining to fight. Similarly, there are many social issues of Kerala. Because of the good Kerala model, let us not close our eyes to the negative aspects of Kerala. Let us also celebrate positive, but never forget to see the negative.
Well, thank you so much, all three of you. We are out of time. Thank you so much for joining.